Please welcome Ben Howell. Hey, Ben. Thanks. So, thank you for being here. And by the way, we love his shoes, and obviously, there we go. I feel completely overdressed now. Just introduce yourself. You have an extremely interesting title, with market success. Maybe you want to elaborate a little bit on that. But maybe first, I'm sure Adidas doesn't need an introduction, but fill us in a little bit on how big is this, really?
Sure. Good morning, Frankfurt. Guten Morgen, Frankfurt. So Adidas is a brand of creators. We create the new every single day, and unarguably, you will now think of highly talented designers. We as IT, we're more traditional. We don't design a lot of stuff, but we design workflows, for example, so we create the new every single day. We try to create business value through the use of agile methodologies. The purpose of the agile operating model for us is to deliver value to the consumer at the end of the day with high quality and speed by empowering collaboration between autonomous teams. And ServiceNow is jumping right in there. The market success management role is focusing on markets, to look at markets, different markets, because we have various markets. We have employees, 60,000 in over 160 countries. We have even more markets at the end of the day. And to look at markets and enable them to be great. And that's what we're doing with our team, especially in service management as well.
Yeah. And when we were, before yesterday, we were chatting a little bit. You were also talking about kind of like the digital transformation that Adidas is engaging on, and that it's not only a sports brand, but you're transforming into a fashion brand, and e-commerce is becoming more important. How does that relate to the role of IT, and how did that roll out? How did that?
Yeah, that's a good point. So Adidas, of course, our core business is sports, and you see it on the slide. You see a lot of sports products. You see Manchester United. But you can also see that fashion is a big thing now. We're focusing on artists. We're focusing on individuals, on the consumer at the end of the day, empowering them to be a creator. We don't want to give them the products. We want to give them the tools to be themselves, to embrace themselves. And that's what Adidas is now focusing on. For IT, this means we have to create to demands and business changes rapidly. It has to happen on point. This is why we have a digital transformation going on within Adidas, which is focusing basically on our e-commerce shop, which is our most important shop around the world. It's our #1 shop and is, of course, as for every retailer, the most important thing right now. But we just want to create, as an IT, we have the classical infrastructure, and as a digital transformation, we have to embrace change all the time. A good example is that we have different components of our e-commerce which fully run in the DevOps model. We have actually 5 DevOps teams, over 50 Agile teams in Adidas by now. And the great thing is with ServiceNow is we also embrace this change. For example, our maximum releases per week to production on ServiceNow was 19 in a single week. And I think that's a quite significant number. And you can see that ServiceNow is also a platform which embraces this change and helps us to react to our internal demand, to enable and empower our workforce to free up their capacity so they can create the products of tomorrow.
Wow, that's a lot of releases. How did the business respond to that change in IT? When you start changing to such a DevOps model and you become much more of a business partner, what happened?
Well, first of all, the way IT was seen has changed. I mean, everyone here from IT, I know some are from business, so they can relate to this view. They always see, or mostly see, IT as a back office, overhead to the business, not creating a competitive edge. What happened is that we were able to, now we also introduced HR and finance onto our ServiceNow platform, to use best practices from IT. So something we talked about quite often, which is ITIL. We used ITIL and brought it to the business. I mean, it's quite simple. They have the same processes as we have, and you can ensure that they're lean, simple, and fast. And this makes us an enabler at the end of the day and puts us way more into the focus of everything. So we're not in the back anymore. We're right at the core, creating every single day something that will help our customers to be even more happier.
And so you mentioned it's not only IT, it's also now HR and finance. So employee experience, how did the HR initiative, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And what's the feedback that you get?
So in 2015, we went live with our Aspen Service Shop. It's our #1 stop for all IT, HR, or finance-related requests or services. So everything around incident changes whatsoever. And what we've done is we have built up our classical ITSM process around incident change and problem, just as an example to name a few. And then we took our HR and finance services and onboarded them onto the platform. And this is really where the power, from my point of view, the portal is the catalyst for everything. Everyone in business sees the portal first, and the portal is something that has to be sexy, it has to be great. Marketing is a part of Adidas, and we market our platform there. And the people look at the platform and see, or the portal, and see how easy it is to use. I mean, you can just simply search what you need, get your user access, and you're done. Or the great example we had with the HR onboarding today, it's simple to use, it's automated, and the customer does not have to worry which systems are behind it, because it will be all transparent through each of the separate activities. So this is really where people are looking at our portal and coming to us right to our desks and saying, hey, I have this problem, how can you help us? And this is not IT problems, these are facility problems, these are security problems, these are, you name it, project portfolio. It's really going broad, and it's embracing everything, and we're having a great feedback, and we're very happy to go this journey, and we're quite excited to what's to come next.
So it's true. It's like, we sometimes, internally refer to that as, going from an IT service catalog to a full enterprise service portal, and that's exactly what you guys have been doing. So, last question: where do you see that evolving? What's next? So you have the enterprise service portal. What do you think is going to happen next?
As I said. So internally, we're trying to get more and more business functions onto the ServiceNow platform. We're trying to integrate, for example, vendor performance management. Also, software asset management at some point is an interesting part for us. But it not only stops there, we're also focusing on our core. And the core, at the end of the day, for every IT department is IT service management. So what we're about to go live with this year, we're hoping in 3 weeks, is our first virtual agent. We've been working together with a partner of ServiceNow from the US to come up with our own virtual agent, which is built right into the ServiceNow platform. And this is something which I find kind of interesting. We also had the product presentation earlier, is that yes, there's a lot of hype around virtual agents. Yes, there's a lot of hype around artificial intelligence, chatbots, whatsoever. But with a platform like ServiceNow is you have the data behind it to do it, and that's a game changer, because the artificial intelligence is only as strong as the data you have. And since everything is collected in ServiceNow, you have all your incidents, all your requests to navigate and route everything automatically, makes it easier. And that's really the big next thing for us. This will free up a lot of capacities for other colleagues who are routing tickets. I mean, we're a large and big company. We produce over 850 million product units a year. We had 19 billion euros of sales last year. We're a big and large company. And yes, it might seem that we're too big, but no, we have to keep it lean, simple, and fast. And through this, this enables us to really go to the next level.
Wow. Thank you for a great story, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you, Ben.